Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome to Imperator Rome. Yes, I know it's been a while since we did a proper series of this on the channel and I'm really excited to get back into it. But before I continue, I should note, this is not going to be your standard game of Imperator Rome. No, I have installed a major overhaul mod called the Bronze Age, specifically the Bronze Age 2.0, because there was an earlier version that eventually got dropped because this game was changing so rapidly in its early months after release, and instead they moved it over to Crusader Kings 3. But since the release of version 2.0 and the Marius update, a new modder has picked up the project, and we get what is currently one of the most subscribed and best reviewed mods available for Imperator with the Bronze Age 2.0. And you can see right away that a lot looks very different right now. We've gone all the way back to 32 CE, right? Before there are any major empires and other civilizations, there are primarily city-states and tribes along the fertile rivers of the Nile and the Euphrates and a few other key areas. There's also some new trade goods, new technologies, new laws, and so on. A lot is different in this mod, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Before we go any further, though, I should go ahead and acknowledge what I know will come up in the comment section later, and that is the controversy currently surrounding Imperator Rome. For those who have not heard, Paradox has announced that Imperator is going to be going on the back burner for at least the next few months. For the rest of the year, we should not expect any major expansions or new content, just some bug fixes if necessary. And a lot of people have interpreted that to mean that the game is officially dead by Paradox. I'm really hoping that's not the case, and until they tell me that's the case, I'm going to assume it's not and that they're really going to come back. Because Imperator, in my opinion, might be mechanically one of the best games Paradox has ever done. It deserves more development. Unfortunately, it just never has built up enough of a player base. So I understand why Paradox is walking away right now. It's not been a huge return on investment, but this game really has everything it needs to be amazing. Just a little bit more love in terms of content and a couple of overhauls, and it would be a phenomenal game. So, I'm hoping they're going to come back. But in the meantime, in lieu of that, because the game is going to be stable for the next few months, this is a great opportunity for modders to come in and start overhauling the game in their own way. And that's actually one of the reasons I want to play with the Bronze Age today, to one, encourage you guys to go and play Imperator, because I actually think this game might be my new favorite game, but two, because I want to encourage people to go and try making some mods, right? You've got a few months where the game's not going to be changing, and the framework is there for so many cool mods. The limitations are like not there. If you want to create a fantasy-based mod based on some other intellectual property or something totally new like Ambanar for EU4, go for it. If you want to focus on something historically based in other ancient time periods, let's say the Sengoku period of Japan, or maybe the Flower Wars for the Aztecs in Central America, there's so much you can do. I want to see the community jump up and really surround this game and make it amazing with some new content. And this is my small part of trying to draw a bit of attention with what right now might be the best mod. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Now, what nation should we play? Well, there are quite a few that you can choose from, obviously, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to make a final decision. I think what we should do is go for something that's a bit of a crowd pleaser, right? Something you're all familiar with. Maybe the small city-state of Babylon. Now, at the beginning of this game, Babylon is not super duper strong. We're going to have to make it powerful, but I think it does have the potential to become an amazing empire that is going to leave its mark on human history for millennia to come. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, I'll just say it right up front, I have not played this yet, so I don't know what to expect, and we're probably going to learn a few new mechanics as we go. But I'm looking forward to discovering something new. The Great Sumerian Revolt. That looks like Sargon of Akkad, is it? A century ago, the world was struck by a devastating drought that caused all great empires to collapse, and the recovery is not yet complete. The weakened Akkadian Empire, founded by Sargon himself, was overthrown by the Gutians, who took the opportunity to leave their mountain fortresses to claim better lands. The Gutians have been largely ineffective rulers, mismanaging the vital irrigation systems, and are viewed with great hatred by the people of Sumer. Only Lagash, under the effective ruler Gudea, have kept their independence, but now the city-states of Sumer have finally come together to overthrow their hated overlords, with Uruk leading the charge. Alright, so it looks like there is in fact a several-decade drought reducing food. That's going to be an issue, and we're at war to begin with. Oh, good, okay. Declared war on the Sumerian local power of Uruk, we are obliged to help. That's a lot of little city-states that are going to be fighting together. Do we have a relations, map mod, diplomacy? Diplomacy. Oh, wow, okay. So it's all of these guys working together against Goodiem over here. Well, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, sure, let's see how well this goes. So we will be assisting in this war. But before we get into this, let's go ahead and lay the foundation so we can have a strong nation. We are an autocratic monarchy to start, with 31.5 civilization value. The higher this is, usually the better. We have access to a military, civic, and religious idea. We should go ahead and do that first. Looks like we actually start with more ideas than I'm used to, as if we're a bit more technologically advanced. We have some options here. I like lots of morale of armies, but I have to say 15% siege ability is pretty darn good. It's going to allow me to have a lot more aggressive expansion in the early game. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and pick that up. Why not? Civic ideas, commerce, build costs, loyalty, slaves, import routes +3, and food. I think we're going to go for the import routes. Those are usually pretty good. And then religious. Pop conversion speed, exhaustion, omen powers, subject states, happiness, civilization level, and change. That's pretty good. Civilization value in the Marius update results in a productivity boost for all pops except for tribesmen. So this is really strong. Having lots of civilization can be just a flat-out boost for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and pick up state religion. Okay, and as a result of picking 3 correct idea types, we now also have a 6% boost in our slave output. Perfect. Omens. Let's take a look at our pantheon. We are Chaldean to start off. Okay. So happiness for our pops is increased by 16% at the moment. Pretty strong omen power at the beginning of the game. Ea is one of our gods. I actually have no idea what the Chaldean religion says, so I have no idea if I'm going to say this correct. Naval maintenance cost seems useless. Let's see if we can replace you. Experience decay, legion maintenance cost, we don't have legions, or experience gain. I have to say experience gain seems pretty solid. Let's go ahead and swap out deities there. Nabu is giving me research points, and we can invoke for extra citizen happiness, which is more research points for technology. I like that. Political influence from Marduk, plus some monthly popularity gain for our ruler. That could be huge for stabilizing the region. And then, of course, food. Do we care about you? Let's see. Ishtar. Population capacity, no. Manpower recovery, no. Freeman happiness, maybe. And then state religion happiness. I think we'll go ahead and stick with the base food capacity for now. Let's go ahead and invoke Nabu in exchange for the extra citizen happiness so we can have a few more tech points and just try to become more technologically superior. We have a bunch of import routes that we can work with, but before we get to that, let's take a look at our inventions. Now, this is interesting. What's this down here at the bottom? Palatial development, trade development, writing advancement, laws, urbanization, bureaucracy, military, and irrigation. Are there tier systems? What is all this? Hang on. Fort defense. This is like new, these are like new techs that you can get, new like tiers of tech. How do you get it? We have to have at least one civilization technology point available. Civilization tech point. So that's going to be different from the innovation system? There's actually technological development here? Ooh. Well, this is going to be interesting. I have no idea what this is all going to mean, but all right, there's a whole new system to worry about. Let's take a look at some of our advances and see what we can get, though. I've got 12 innovations to start. I do think getting an extra province investment makes sense. We'll go ahead and pick that up and lead to, let's say, some starting experience and then some discipline for our soldiers, make them a little bit better. Then professional training for the extra experience and, experience decay reduction and more discipline, make our troops better. And then we'll stop there before we go any further here. We could also go for army weight modifiers, try to get some, let's say, siege engineers. That all looks tempting, but let's pass on that for the moment. Civic advances. I do like import value. I do like getting an extra import route for the capital. Lets me get more surpluses for bonuses. Let's take a look at our nation. We have primarily freemen. So we want to go for the right to be heard for citizen output, and then maybe code of rights for extra output for freemen, since that's a 3% boost for most of our nation. We only got 4 innovations left, though, so let's be careful with the rest here. Let's go to religious. Due process for monthly popularity gain is good. We could work our way down toward the Great Temple buildings. But I don't think we're going to have any issues with conversions. We are purely South Akkadian, or Akkadian, and Chaldean, so I don't need to worry about temples for converting my pops yet. So I'm going to say that that's not a high priority. We could get some happiness, but that's probably okay as is. Let's go to oratory. I think some diplomatic reputation could be good. Could reduce tyranny. Governors, extra freeman pops. I do like that. Census data. Get some free pops. I'm kind of tempted to just go ahead and rush down there, but do I want to go for anything else, like maybe sapping for some siege engineers? I don't care about the Navy at the moment. Reinforcement speed, no. Supply limit, more experience to start. Tempting, but no. I don't care about aggressive expansion yet. Yeah, I think we are going to go straight for the census data for some free pops. Extra pops early on can be pretty good. And we're already boosting up our freemen wherever we can. Plus, we get another free province investment, which we go ahead and spend down here in Babylon. I'm going to get myself another import route, so that we'll be able to trade some more goods. All right, now let's take a look at some importing. So what do we want? Well, first off, some strategic resources would be nice. Horses could be pretty cool. This would unlock heavy chariots. I'll go ahead and pick this up before anyone else takes it, just to make sure I can get it. Can't get copper or tin or anything, though. Interesting, right, of course, because there's not going to be iron working. It's too early in human development, so bronze is the thing. Yeah, copper would lead to axemen, which I'm guessing are kind of like your heavy infantry. No one's offering it at the moment, so that's not a high priority, but still. I've already got plenty of earthenware. Precious metals, spices, they're good, but we can't get any, we can't get a surplus in the capital yet. Dates we could. Commerce income plus freeman happiness probably makes sense. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these. Reeds, we already have one. Let's get another one. This leads to build cost reduction. Okay. And that leaves me with two more that I can get. What are fruit? Fruit, province income, food, and loyalty of characters. Well, that's pretty solid. That's a new trade good I haven't seen before. We also have saffron. Ooh. And bitumen, also known as asphalt. Asphalt. Okay. Cloth, ivory, civilization level. We don't have any nobles, though, so that's probably not a high priority for me right now. Salt, I don't have any legions. Honey is good for diplomatic reputation. I think we're gonna have to go for the fruit. Why not? Let's go ahead and do something totally new. I've never played with fruit before. All right, extra loyalty from characters. Yes. All right. Is that about all we want to do to start? No, hang on. Let's also go to our trade overview. Let's accept trades. Let's also make sure that we allow for other places to automatically do their trades themselves so that I don't have to manage everything except for perhaps the capital. We are going to be getting some extra food thanks to the fruit, so that actually could make a lot of sense. And was that it? Is that everything we want to do right now? I think it might be. Let's go ahead and raise up the levies. It looks like to start, we have a few different units. We do have unaxemen, we have some spearmen, we have some skirmishers, and we have some archers. What is the difference between all of this? I don't know, but okay. For our tactics, I guess maybe skirmishing will be the way to go, or maybe bottleneck, something that works well with my current unit typing. But all right. And we're gonna have our ruler currently leading with 7 martial skill, which is not bad. I wonder if we actually got some extra levy here because I got the extra freeman pops. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's see if we can walk over to any of these provincial capitals. Best opportunity to maybe steal some slaves and send some population back to the capital. Because obviously I like to get stronger. Didn't I already say to automatically accept this? Oh, but this is for capital surplus. So we've already traded a fair bit of this away. Let's actually go click on Babylon and double check. Yeah, no, I do not want to trade away my capital surplus of freeman output. That's pretty useful. As much as I like money, I think I'd rather go ahead and keep some of those bonuses. There are some pretenders to the throne. We do not have a good research ratio, but that's what happens when you don't have a lot of useful citizens. Is there anything else that I should be doing at the moment? I don't think so. I think we just focus on the war. Actually, I take that back. We have some money. Can I upgrade anything in Babylon? There looks to be a texture placeholder here with city infrastructure. I guess that's replacing the aqueducts because it's population capacity and growth. Okay, fair enough. Or sewage systems maybe are that instead? I don't know. We could get a granary. Civilization level goes up a lot. Ports, okay. Harbors for import routes. 4 import routes? Oh my god. You can only have one of these per territory. Scribe school for research points, civilization value, more nobles. Don't have much of those. Foundry for slaves, peacekeepers for unrest and loyalty. Workshops for more slaves and base resource production. Training camps for manpower and freemen, and then bazaars for more civilization and also more citizens. I really want citizens, so we're gonna go ahead and build one of those out. Looks like we can only have one per territory. And that should increase my citizen desired ratio, so we'll get more, and that could lead to more tech points over time. That's what we're going to shoot for. We'll see if that actually does work for us, though. So we're traveling a long way, and it looks like we're moving very slowly. Let's go to speed 5. We're 15 minutes in, and I barely started playing the game, but that's okay. Once again, I have to just point out, I love the map for Imperator. It looks so stinking good. Really, really cool. Can we actually see... There's like a special map mode that a lot of people just like rave over. It's not the trade routes. Atlas? Yeah, there it is. You can see a COD over here and Babylon. Oh, you guys have a COD. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, this looks a little bit different, but lots of little stars and stuff to represent some important places. It's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry, moving on. We don't start with like a wonder or anything, do we? Because that'd be awesome. The statue of Marduk. We have that. Not quite the same thing, but you know, all right, fine, why not? Yeah, it doesn't look like we have anything there. Temple of Marduk in Babylon gets me extra tax and so on. Oh, that's pretty cool. Civilization value at 59.9 is pretty decent. I think. I mean, I feel pretty good about that. Sure. Extra commerce and food from our governor policy. That's honestly a fine governor policy. I'm not worried about that at all. Darn it, these guys went and sieged down the... provincial capital. Can we get to this one or this one? I want to go and siege down provincial capitals. They usually end up having some of the best value, but ultimately what matters is just sieging down anything. This is my opportunity to start stealing population. Okay, one of the best ways that you can get extra pops in this game, in Imperator, is through kidnapping people, through war, or through slave raids, if you have the right kinds of traditions. Speaking of traditions, let's take a look at military here. Levies, legions, no, traditions, what's this? Kish? Yeah, traditions. Okay, so these I believe are placeholders, if I understand correctly, because obviously the Celts and the Romans are not things. I apparently count as Roman, quote unquote, so that's a thing. What that would mean to me is what we want is a lot of axemen. We're gonna have really good siege value, and we want badly in heavy infantry, as much as we can get our hands on. Okay, so I have to get copper, somehow. We have got to get copper. It would be a huge advantage if we can. Please don't stop over here. I want to siege this. Darn it, you're stopping there. Okay, fine. Can we get up over here? You know what? No, we're going to go and siege down... We're going to siege down whatever we can get our hands on, dang it. We're just going to steal some people. I don't care. Let's work our way over to this fort. I'm sure we can eventually take it, right? Probably. Marching through some uncolonized territory. There is actually some uncolonized land that we could be looking at. You're not a nation. Great wonders, no. Move pop here. We cannot use slaves to colonize new territory. You know, I haven't actually had to do any colonization. Is this it? This looks like the colonize button. Yeah, okay, so colonization's looking different here. We spend some political power, we spend some manpower, and we can begin the process of colonizing it. It will take some time. But yeah, we can spend manpower, a lot of it, it turns out, but we can spend manpower to try and actually start colonizing some land. Oh, dude. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, I like that. I don't think that's in the base game. I think that's something specifically from this mod. I think. Could be wrong. Don't think I'm wrong, but could be wrong. So let's just siege down whatever we can and take some stuff. Hey, another import route because of the free provincial investment. I will go for... What? What do we want? Well, we're not going to get a surplus either way. So leather could be nice. Slave output could be useful. Furs for tribesmen, no thank you. I don't feel like I want the livestock for the food, and I don't need earthenware, so that kind of leaves only leather as a good option. Let's go ahead and pick that up. A little bit of extra happiness for me there. Okay, we did steal some money, but not some population. Fine. Let's go ahead and work our way over to this next siege. I think they may get to it first. And if that's the case, we go ahead and move up over here. Or we could just assist them. Actually, better yet, yeah. Well, let's just siege some random stuff down. We'll stay nearby. I'm not going to get much of anything in this war, all right? Let's just acknowledge that up front. I'm not planning on getting just about anything. But it would be fun to just get involved and do some stuff. We can take some money. We can work our way to some forts over here. We'll just take whatever we can get our hands on. All right? That's all that I care about. We're basically a giant vassal swarm that is attacking our hated overlords. Now, Uruk, I believe, is probably one of the more powerful nations down over here to start with in this area. They are one of the recommended playable nations on top of the city of That's another good option, apparently. They have 300 population. Yep, they're pretty strong in comparison. But if I can eat some of my local neighbors, then we're not going to care. What I want to know is what's going to happen with the... what's going to end up happening with the alliances after this war? All right, are we going to create some sort of defensive league and it becomes extremely difficult for me to expand any further? Because if so, I could see that becoming a bit of a problem. Maybe. Hopefully not. War exhaustion should be taken down a little bit. We don't have much in the way of aggressive expansion. Our experience is going up as we fight a little bit. We're getting some stability going up. Manpower very low to start. To be expected. I imagine that this has been rebalanced so that manpower is very low at the beginning. We have an event. One is never in doubt what he is thinking. Some may call this a virtue, others a flaw. Plain speaking. You know, I never did consider looking at my government and seeing if we want to change any offices. Okay, so you're not very good. I don't really care that much about army mercenary maintenance. Can I replace you with someone better? Probably. Let's go ahead and take you. That gets me extra monthly experience. Have we scorned any families, though, as a result? Characters, families... No, nobody's scorned at the moment, so that's a good sign. That means I can continue messing with my government. So I guess I can leave you in position. You're not very good with aggressive expansion. You're not very good. Could swap you out. We'll do that. Now we have a scorned family to worry about. But maybe I can swap you out over here with this guy. He already had good score. We can just swap you out for jobs I care more about. I wanted to get the monthly experience gain here. This is more important. And then, yeah, swapping you would be difficult because I don't know if we have any better characters to work with. I think these guys already all have jobs, and that leaves nothing but women. So if we don't want to scorn this family, we don't have a lot of options. Marshal, Chancellor, Researcher, you haven't got a job, but you suck at all skills. So yeah, we're not gonna worry about you. All right, we just have to leave the government as is for the moment. But we're getting 1.42 political influence per month at the moment. And the more we have of that, generally speaking, the better. We are almost done building the bazaar, which should get me a little bit of extra cash coming in from commerce, so I like that. Okay, what else can we build? Well, we have a few more building slots, but not enough money. A harbor for 4 import routes is pretty solid. I don't think that there's like anything else we can trade for. We're gonna have to start doing some conquests, but at the moment our trading options are pretty limited, unfortunately. I really want more manpower so I can colonize, because that sounds pretty helpful, right? Are you gonna go fight, or are these mercenaries? These are mercenaries, we're not worried about them. Okay, so they want to jump on this, but they're not going to. The AI appears to be a little bit confuzzled at the moment. So Akkad over here is the capital, and that's already been sieged, but we're only at 2 war score, which is not a lot at the moment. Looks like most fights have been won pretty well. Your war enthusiasm is very low. I don't know how long we can expect this war to go on, but we're already sieging down most provincial capitals and most forts, so I can't imagine it's going to last that much longer. I am concerned seeing all these troops kind of bouncing around up here. If they want to come and attack me, they probably could. They actually managed to grab this provincial capital, and that worked out nicely. Okay. Making a bit of cash. We want to get as much as we can. Haven't had a lot of events. Now, that's one thing I don't know about this mod, is if there's a lot of unique events. We did just sack this place, so that's nice. We captured 2 pops. Well, 1 is going to be sent to, and 1 is going to die. But we did get a slave, so that's nice. We can be gentle in our looting, which gets me popularity. Or we could be a bit harsher, kill some of their population. Or we can kill even more and take a lot of money. I mean, I'm not planning on taking this land. The question is, do I want to be cruel? Let's see if cruel gives me a reduction in charisma, more enslavement efficiency, local slave output, but tyranny. I honestly am okay with being cruel. I think we go ahead and just kill a bunch of his stuff. Let's get that trait going for me. I think that's better. Okay, they're already working on sieging everything else over here. So there's not much else that I can do. I think we either roam to kill armies and see if we can get some experience joining in on fights, not looking to start them myself. Like, case in point, if we can get up over here and insist in a fight like this, this could be good. We want to get experience so I can get more military traditions a little faster. And as long as we join in on the fights after the fact, I think we don't have to worry about flanking too much. And we can do some pretty good damage here. Looks like I'm actually... No, someone else is taking over the fight. We should have the numbers advantage. This shouldn't cost me much as far as manpower reinforcements. But as far as experience, we get a little bit more. Right now we're at 6.66. We didn't lose many troops, I don't think, but overall there were some lost. Let's see if we can move our way up over here before anyone else does, and maybe I can siege this down and get some more slaves since it's been unsieged. I don't know, worth a shot, right? I think we're waiting on this fort and this fort. Still only at 11 war score. That doesn't feel like much. How is that possible? I do not know the answer, but somehow it is. Who got the siege? Not me. Kesh. The preeminent Ashur-Rabi Nektanebdo. I think this is just a basic character event. Our physician. We can lose some money and become friends. Gain some corruption. Loyalty goes up. Loyalty's not bad yet. We can gain some popularity and start seeing the guy as a rival, or we can just lose some popularity. I don't see a lot of good reasons to do that. Loyalty's nice. Yeah, let's not lose loyalty. I don't see a lot of advantage in doing that. Let's see if we can assist in this fight as well. Shouldn't be a problem. Looks like we are absolutely crushing it. I'm actually leading the fight now, which is cool. Oh, we actually slowed down. Oh, right, because we're in the fight. Obviously. Never mind. All right, so there we go. Didn't lose too many troops. Kill some more of his. Go ahead and start doing this siege. I am leading the siege. I killed a unit, I think. No, I actually did enslave somebody. Haha! The cruelty works! This is one of the few games where I can be talking about how, like, I outright love enslaving people. Not that I love it in real life. You get the point. But... it's a pretty huge advantage to be able to enslave a lot of folks. So that's kind of why we have to do it. All right, I'm just going to literally siege down anything I can get and just get some extra slaves. Eventually, those slaves will promote themselves into different types of units, like freemen and stuff. It takes a while, but it does happen eventually. So your current slaves may someday become... I don't know, citizens or nobles, and get me extra stuff. I don't know, pops are the most important resource in the game. Easily. Okay, we got all that siege down. We're sitting at 13%. I feel like these guys should be dead. Maybe that's my own personal war score, 13? Oh, we're at 99 war score. Okay, that's my personal war score. I'm at 13. Fine, I don't mind that. Let's march over here, and it looks like we were able to steal another slave and send them to Babylon. Sweet. Before this gets taken by the provincial capital, we'll go ahead and pop in there and see if we can do another. So, Uruk, are you gonna, like, peace out with these guys, or, like, what? You know, is that gonna be a thing? I'm gonna start heading home. I've spent a fair bit of my manpower on this, and I don't feel like spending any more. I have enough supplies and food capacity, so I'm not in danger of taking any attrition at the moment. And it looks like they're gearing up for one more fight. I think they actually just all retreated elsewhere. Are these guys also uncolonized? Looks like they are. Yeah, there's a lot of uncolonized territory. We need to take advantage of that. I need a lot more manpower, and I need to take advantage of colonization. This could be a good way of peacefully expanding some borders. So I have no idea what to expect as far as the end of this war, but I'm kind of thinking I want to start fabricating some claims. Casus Belli, Casus Belli. Who's going to be easiest for me to kill, do we think? 69 pops. This feels like it might be one of the easier ones. I'm going to go ahead and start fabricating a claim on 42 population and see if we can make that work. Heck, if I get my troops down there fast and the war ends, does he get black flagged and have to move all of his troops back and I attack him before he actually returns? In which case, I'm a sneaky little snake because I'm gonna start backstabbing people and attack them. They're gonna end the war and just find out they're already under attack. That'd be amazing. I don't know if that will work, but it might. Could be worth a shot. Again, just gonna continue doing some of this though. Who is unsieging this? There's a bunch of troops over here that I can't fight. Excellent land management. Lose some money, gain global monthly food, or local, or lose some loyalty. I'll just go ahead and get some local. I pretty much only have one state to begin with anyway. We're sieging whatever we can, though I think I might be in danger. Let's run. Never mind. Abandon. Forget that. Actually, I think we can probably cross the river. Let's see if we can get out of here before he gets me, because I don't feel like getting jumped on. Yeah, it looks like I can run away. Good. So why don't you just go ahead and start heading home. And let's get ready to backstab one of my neighbors and see if we can steal some of their pops. Are you guys asking for my earthenware again? Go away! I am not losing capital surpluses. No one in their right mind would willingly do such a thing. What are you guys waiting on, by the way? We've got a 99 war score. Can we just end the war? Oh, heck if I even know, but whatever. We'll try for it. Active diplomacy, 28% of the way toward getting a claim fabricated. All right. Do we want to go ahead and get a claim on these guys too? I guess we could always just go ahead and start another one. What about you guys? You have 170 pops? All right, so they're going to have a large levy. The thing is, I need to be very careful about not expanding myself too rapidly. I don't know how many troops they're going to have, but I can guess, based on the number of pops, how strong they're going to be. So taking on a weaker troop, getting lots of pops means extra levies that I can raise, which I can use to expand even further. We're playing basically CK2 as far as how you expand out your pops, right? I think these guys, we go ahead and start fabricating a claim as well. Praying that this does not turn into a giant defensive alliance network. And if I can take down both of these guys, maybe also work our way down to Murad, and then push up north and see if we can take this, and then we really will become a powerhouse on the Euphrates. But we'll see. Thank y'all for watching. I hope that you're looking forward to this series for the Bronze Age mod. If so, then I would humbly ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, make sure you try out Imperator for yourself, and I, of course, will see you guys next time.